people with my knowledge are able, and there are on Instagram other people like that. I'm thinking about, again, Tom Van Hedhoff, but he mostly makes things, thinking more about, what is his name? He tries to dress like that era, Gangs of New York era, and he's American. What is his name? And it looks very accurate, but most of his pieces are not even vintage. They are like 20 years max. And they are not even meant to be imitations. They are just modern things that he manages to wear in a way that it looks way older. What is his name? Am Dapper Sam. I'm thinking of him. I'm thinking of Bernadette Banner, but that is a woman. I'm thinking of Helen White. I'm thinking of even, what is his name, Nicholas from Vintage Bush. Thinking of all these fellows, thinking of this very young chap, incredible what he's doing. What is his name? I forgot his name. Tom. Oh, he's from Poland. I forgot. Never mind. So, anyhow, and they sort of, it pulls the trick, and I mean, it pulls the trick on the first instance, seeing an Instagram photograph. It even pulls the trick for somebody like me that knows all the details and about those eras. So obviously, in a movie, most people will be tricked by it, and by it could be a 1920s trousers or waistcoat, and you know, I mean, for example, 1920s trousers usually they will have a crease in the middle. It was not done in the 1860s, but if they ironed it flat, so the crease would be gone, and then to have the characters wear it, and then the waistcoats would be all right. For the coats, it would be more tricky, especially in 1910s. They would have to be a bit older, at minimum. But honestly, 1880s coats still look a lot like what they would have worn. I have an 1800, probably in mid-70s, 1870s original French frock coat, and it looks like an 1860s coat. Obviously, I can tell the difference, especially since I have it in front of me, but in the movie it would look great. And so they could have done that, you know, especially for the main characters. They could have taken the time to, instead of taking the time to measure them and make sure it fits and the colors and blah blah blah, they could have taken the time to, we want more or less something like that for that outfit, for that character in that scene. So you experts come up with stuff, and then the actual costume designer does not do anything. This woman I forgot the name of, I imagine I'm her, I will tell you, if you experts what we came up with is all right as per my vision, which is as per Martin Scorsese's vision, instead of actually asking them to create things which anyhow are not pure recreations, because they do it with a sewing machine, a modern one, and they often use, even if they are densely weaved materials, these materials are dyed a modern way, and sometimes even are weaved with more or less a modern way, or at least a modern machine that tries to imitate the old weaving way, if that makes sense. Because the original machine that I worked on, petrol or back then even coal, is not in use anymore, and are only in use in some places in Britain and elsewhere, and they may not even have the time. Those people, they may not even be available. I mean, they may call them and say, we want that cloth. Well, no, we do not cater to Hollywood or whatever. So, I mean, honestly, to give an example, even for the very beginning, which is set in the 1840s, Daniel Deleuze's outfit, I have a trouser. The coat, all right, the coat was very, but forget the coat and the hat, but for the rest, they could have simply gotten modern things, and it would have passed for that scene. I have trousers like slim jeans, as long as it is an actual jean, would work. The waistcoat, I have something that looks older, which is actually only 40 years old. And then the shirt, I could have taken any old French shirt from the late 19th century that are easily available, and it would have been practically the same thing. Some of them are even the same color, or they could have easily dyed it if they really wanted it to be that precise. This is a sort of pistachio, like faded pistachio color. So there's not really need to, for example, make an outfit there. Then it becomes a little bit more challenging with the actual suits. So now we get on to to reviewing some outfits. So we'll skip. Just want to say it, and what is that? 36 minutes and a half went to Amsterdam to meet Bill the Butcher for the first time as an adult. There's that gang member with the red coat. His red coat can easily be seen. His arm is extended, and has this elephant trousers quality, whereby the sleeve is rather snug there, and it really becomes long towards the elbow onwards. And this was very much in vogue. I saw that on original photographs. So this is a perfect recreation, which is often not done in cheaper reproductions. They also did that with trousers, and so they look like the typical disco trousers, which to have them slim and then a wider leg. Bell top trousers, I call it. They had bell tops coats, also bell top sleeved coats. They had a lot of those. I like to see that. So Bill the Butcher is wearing a white shirt when he's playing poker. Does not make much sense, to be honest. This is not a special occasion. He will not be wearing a white shirt. At least he will have stripes on. That character that looks like Gloria is smoking a sort of small cigar. He, with curly hair, curly dark hair. I think he has a white shirt too. So again, annoying. And that Harvey, the one who gets stabbed in the hand, he has a striped shirt, and thus again more accurate. But McGoyle, he has a white shirt here, which again is dumb. He will not have a white shirt, especially McGoyle is like, he's part of Bill the Butcher's gang, his actual gang, but he's this sort of sidekick, this sort of, he even calls him a nigger at one point almost. I mean, he does not like him much because he used to be an Irishman. He still has his Irish accent, so we come to believe that perhaps he is dressed less well, perhaps he has a little bit less advantage than the other three members of the gang who are actual natives by birth, and thus why should he have a white shirt on top of all? Later on he has a striped shirt for a long time, which is better. There, Harvey, I will put the scene where he gets stabbed.
John, welcome.
I haven't moved that forward to move the screen more towards me. What I really like about Bill the Butcher is he has greased hair, which is very accurate.
You.
He has it throughout the film. The haircut and the hairstyle and the fact is the style with grease, very greasy, sort of probably rather something, and fat. It looks dirty and all, it looks very much like it would have looked like.
That's close enough.
The others have hair that look usually too clean, in my opinion.
Your friend can't look me in the eye. That's not an admirable characteristic.
So, Harvey has a shirt with striped white background with sort of, I suppose, brick red colored thin stripes. So, already better. But the others in the gang, they all have white shirts or almost white. I mean, Bill the Butcher, it is not technically, I think it's